All right, what's up, everybody? Just got done. Hang on, let me go to chat here. I just got done cleaning a fish tank, so took a little bit of time. Now I'm on my way back to our normal streaming spot at home. We got Sam. What's up, Sam? What's up, Skull? We got window liquor number 5. And of course, we got Tommy. What's up, Tommy? Let me keep my eyes on the road here. So yeah, I just got to clean a tank. It needed it, but it looks great now. And there's traffic a little bit. It's hard to do stuff here. Hang on, let me turn this around so you guys. Settings, camera. Hang on, got to turn. Hang on a second. Oh, what the hell? Here we go. All right. Keep eyes on the road, your hands on the wheel. We're good now. I just wanted to turn the camera around. I was trying to get a shot of this guy. No, I'm not horrible distracted driver. I'm a great distracted driver. There was a guy on a bicycle carrying a big ass ladder. I was trying to get it on camera, but I didn't. So what's going on? Anything new happening? As you can see, this it's cloudy and kind of gray outside, and it's about 57 degrees, so it's not bad. It feels colder than that, honestly, but it's not. What did we do this weekend? We had our show yesterday, which for the show it actually went pretty good, I think. And there was some lessons learned, but I think it went pretty well. The black the black car wants to race. I could take him on in this truck. I could do it. Mm. Yes, you are. No, because when we're in the car together, if somebody's putting on their brakes like 500 feet in front of me, or 1,000 feet, or let's just say a quarter mile, you're like, they're stopping, and I'm like, what? Yeah, I know. Yeah, this car next to me on my left. just did not want to let me over, but it's cool. It's cool. It's me right behind him. Now they're going to slow down. All right, slow down at a green light. No, I didn't almost crash into a van because the van stopped quickly, but there was a semi on the other lane that was super close. So I was looking at that, and then that van locked its brakes up ahead of me. So I didn't almost hit him. I don't like that other car. Put it in the wall. All right. So if you guys ever heard, okay, so when me and Maritza were down in New Bern, North Carolina last weekend, was it last weekend? Yeah, it was last weekend. Um, like I think I've already mentioned, we were down there and we saw like the birthplace of Pepsi, which was super excited about. But then tried the Pepsi and it was flat or something. So she's turning into a Coke person now, getting away from Pepsi. He did stop quickly. Telling you, I was one driving. Anyway, so and we're standing outside of this little building, right? Where the birthplace of Pepsi slash old pharmacy from 1898. And right on the parallel park was a Tesla. And it's just, I mentioned this to other people too, but if you have not heard one of the newer, like I say newer, I mean maybe like a 2020 and up. I don't know if they always sound like this, but have you ever heard a Tesla back up? It's so weird. It sounds like something you'd hear in a movie, like a sci-fi movie or something. And if you Google it, it's like it doesn't give it justice to actually hear it, like if you were to hear it in person. It's so crazy. Um, I'll never be a Coke person, except for like a McDonald's fountain drink Coke. Fish Family, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Oh man. So eventually, I have this picture of our show we did yesterday. I don't have any video, but it's just a picture. And I know Maritza, like, I know I had the picture with me, Alan, and Lon that Alan sent me. I want to put that picture up on I posted up on the Discord, on Discord under, like the Fish Fam, probably under, I don't know which section I should put it. Should I put it under general or I guess general, the general section under Discord, under Fish Fam? Because there's so many different, like, little sections you could put, like they got what, non-wet pets, they got stuff for like plants, they got whatever, but I'll just probably post it up under the regular general one because it's a cool picture. um Let me give you a fixed picture. I don't know, whatever one, Maritza, you want me to put up on the Discord, I will, just so they can see the picture itself. Again, I haven't seen any video. Hang on, guys, I'm still here, just hang on. Every time I go off and come back on, the audio gets kicked off too. But gotta get gas pretty soon too. Shoot. So we plan on going back down there again. Oh dang, I forgot I gotta do tomorrow. I'll make the phone call tomorrow. Planning for this trip back down there on Friday after Thanksgiving. It's gonna be cool. We're there for a couple days. Get there Friday, leave Sunday. It's only 3 hours from here, and we're actually doing like Moritz, it's not an Airbnb, it's like a bed and breakfast thing. It's not a hotel. Is that considered an Airbnb? Like it's in a house, and the room, has each room has its own specific style, kind of like mostly the same type, but just looks different. But they're really nice, and it's actually like really, really, really reasonably priced. And we're right in the middle of like the little downtown area that we liked. So that will be cool. And we're gonna go see like a ghost tour of certain, like the area. It's like an hour and a half. So that'd be pretty fun. Yes, it's bed and breakfast. It's not an Airbnb. Okay. I don't know what the air. I know it's bed and breakfast is B&B, but Airbnb. I don't know what that means exactly. Oh, it's just a house or just someone who owns a house will be like, yeah, all of a sudden, you can stay here, you gotta pay me. Okay, I got it. But no, this place is actually set up for that. So it's nice. It's nice. It's nice. All right, guys. Let me head inside. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Grab all my stuff. Hang on. I'm still here. I just gotta get my stuff situated. See, it's leaves are falling. Let me go to the landscape. Leaves are falling. Starting to. There's leaves. A little bit out the cul-de-sac. Okay. Yeah, the Wi-Fi out here does suck, so it's choppy, but I'm coming in. Dogs are barking. That's normal. What's up? What's up, puppies? I hear you. I hear you. What? 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 Come here, Dee. Come on. Come on. Come here. Sucks that I gotta keep her on the leash because she fits through the fence. Who's that, Carly? Wait. Who's that? See how the leaves are falling now. Gigi. Gigi. Carly. Oh, here she comes, running. She's running. What? Don't mess with her. Did you go? Carly, go. Go. Go on. Go to the bathroom. Did you already go? Okay. All right, let's get this set up. Let's get this set up. Come on, Layla. Hang on, guys. Oh, y'all can stay in there for a minute. Stay in there for the moment. We get this regular thing set up here. Uh, get tablet set up. Laptop is acting weird, so I got to fix that. But I got the other thing. So don't want the password. StreamYard. Here we go. Here we go. Hang on, guys. Enter studio. Nope, wrong one. Wrong stream. Let me get out of this real quick. Apple stuff is so thanks, Fish Family. I appreciate that. StreamYard. Is there other ones besides StreamYard that you guys know about? Why does it keep taking me to this one? Turn to dashboard. There we go. Okay, enter studio. So the other me is going to pop up here in a second, and then I'll get off the phone. Nope. Okay. There we go. All right. Okay. It's just what's weird about this is the it's iPad, so the camera's weird. Where's the top of this thing at? See if this works. Nope. I don't know why. Only this version, this way works, but it's whatever. Okay. No matter what I do, I always have this glare in my glasses. So the camera on this thing is right here. It's right here. So it's weird. Anyway, how's the audio, guys? How's the audio on this thing? Is it good? What's up, Jorge? What is up, Aqua Garden Zen, Matt, Skull? I already said hey to some of you guys already. Audio, video, is it clear? How good is it? So I'm going to put, I don't know who, AV is good. Okay. Is it just okay, or is it amazing? Let's see. Let me get that picture that you sent me, Maritza. So if you guys check it out, let's see. There's a short video of you on drums. Like, where is this though? I thought Alan was gonna send the videos that he took. But anyway, I'm putting a picture up right now on Discord. If you guys are on it or not, I'm gonna put it under general of the show. It's just me and a couple other guys that are in the group. Yesterday's. Whoops. Because yeah, it'd be cool if we could put pictures. I don't know if that would be. Do you think that would be a good thing or a bad thing if you could put pictures up on YouTube chat? What's up, Patty? How's it going, Jeff? What's going on? Maritza, did you want the other one up there or not? All right, so if you guys are on Discord, I put the picture up. It says pic of yesterday's show. Just like Maritza's. I think she's on drums, but I'm standing in the way because the drummer's always is in the back, in the middle. That's just how it is. It's how it is. If you guys don't have Discord, I'll show you real quick. I don't know the quality of looking it through. There it is. But Mexicali. Oh, okay. Just saying hi to people. Gotcha. Just saying hi. Oh, there it is. Okay. Hey, Rich, I'm texting you. Is the link up there? Got the link. Put the link up. I can put the link up if I need to. Let's see. Invite. Here's the link. Copy link. Go to YouTube and try to put this up here. Oh wait, I got moderators, don't I? Don't I have moderators? I never think about that. Who's a moderator here that can put up the link to this, or do I have to do it? I don't know. So I want to put the link up in case anybody wants to come up, even if just for a couple minutes, to say, hey, what's going on? Just it's a stream. So if somebody could, if that's possible, can you guys put the link up? I'd appreciate it. If not, I could do it. Oh, okay. So put the link up. I'll put the link up. Matt, it was just a link to come up on my stream for anybody who wants to, but Smirts is like, so put the link up. Well, that's what, isn't that what? Okay. Copy. Try this here. See if I can get this. Do it on an iPad sucks. There we go. I hit the wrong button. I did. Get rid of YouTube. There we go. Like I said, doing an iPad sucks. You know, one person I haven't seen up here in a while is Jimmy. Actually, he was up on Friday when I was streaming, but I don't know. He's got his agendas. You know, he's branching out really. He's branching out and he's doing stuff, which is good. You know, good for him. Did he just go away? No, he's like he was there on Friday. He was on the, but he said that he's, like I said, he's got things that he does now, other stuff. So you know, like I said, it's good that he's doing that. So let's see. Okay, so I'm learning stuff still to this day, learning certain things about putting up links and all that. If I see, I'm a moderator for certain people, and if you ask me to put a link up, like I don't even know how to do that. So I don't even know why I'm a moderator for stuff. Because I put a link up before on somebody's, and they're like, I did it the wrong way. They're like, can you take that down? I was like, all right, it's the last time I do that at all. So at all. So I have a flyer here. This is where we're going to, like a little town in New Bern. Next, or it's this flyer. It's Ghosts of New Bern, and it just has like the people. I don't know a picture, and their town is their mascot is bears, a bear. I guess just a bear, right? Hey Adele, what's going on? I hope you don't handle anything nuclear at work. Wrong button. No, I not nuclear. No. So, Ghost of New Bern. It's a little tour that we're gonna do just for the fun of it, you know. So, there's a QR code in case anybody scans it. If that works, does that work over a screen? I don't know. in case you happen to go to North Carolina over there, you know. Terry, what's going on, man? How you been? I see that you've been doing pretty well. So you've been, hopefully you're enjoying your retirement. That seems pretty cool, dude. I'll be there one of these days. But let's see. I saw Dell. You were streaming yesterday, and June was on there yesterday. So I was up there for a minute because I was doing work like from the job work late last night, just so I didn't have to do it today. So on the computer, so that was cool. So anyway, but Terry, man, what's going on? Like, are you, have you even had the urge to even, like do anything fish wise, or, just kind of got the stream going, or, got your channel just popping up once in a while, or because I know you probably got a lot of busy stuff. Whip, what's up, man? Let's get tanked. So I did, Whip, I hope your vacation is going well. And I saw your picture, the picture you put up there on vacation, and I was telling Maritza, like, we're supposed to be in Chicago during that last week of July. And then, like, because she has that nationals pageant on up till the 3rd, and the Aquashella is the 3rd and the 4th, so that couldn't be more convenient at all, so that kind of puts us right there, is being able to go to Aquashella in Chicago. I'm playing around with the reef tank. Oh, okay, nothing show worthy right now. I remember you mentioned about possibly doing that a while back, a reef tank, or some, or saltwater in general. So that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, man, if we're gonna be there, I definitely want to work it out with, Maritza. Like, we're gonna go, if we went to Aquashella, at the very least on the 4th, after her thing is done in Chicago, because we didn't do the one here. We didn't go down to Daytona, but that'd be cool to go to the one in Chicago. And if whoever goes there, we will, we can make it so we can go to it. Tommy, I'm painting my first. Wait, hang on, it's jumping. Planet background for an aquarium. Cool, man. There's one for 20 long. Awesome. It's a beauty pageant that comes before, and it's more important than Aquashella. Aquashella has a huge saltwater side of things. That's cool. But if it's already over and then Aquashella is going on, we could stop in Aquashella and see that too. So I think that would be cool. I was watching a video on YouTube about the last one. No, I think it was Vibe's video. Yeah, he was doing a walk around from the last Aquashella, the one in Daytona. So got to see a little bit of that. It looked pretty awesome though. Like that event is like way more of the show as far as the actual fish thing goes. It could be until midnight on the last day. or nighttime. Sorry, it could be nighttime. No, I get that. That's what I'm saying.
Hello, good morning.
Hey, what's going on, Adele?
Oh, not much at this time of morning, mate, but got a
Yeah.
couple of days off work, so I'm just kind of enjoying it.
So I hear an echo now.
Oh, really? I've got my headphones in and everything. This is a StreamYard glitch.
Oh, that's what was happening yesterday with
Yeah.
June.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. So anything new going on?
Not really. I've put a whole heap of my snakeskin guppies in my 30 gallons, so they're all really, really happy and looking good. So I'm quite happy about that. That's really about it. I did a couple of water changes yesterday.
Yeah. So I got this. It's going out. You can see it.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yay!
So however long it takes to get to Australia.
You might be surprised, actually.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised.
But when I get to the post office, I got to fill out a customs form.
Yeah, that's kind of standard.
Yeah.
I have to do the same thing if I send stuff over.
But it's cool. I mean, it's just something. I know you where your fish tanks are. You have June's like picture where it has a whole bunch of different Oscars on it.
Oh, I've got the terry towel. Got my tea towel that I just use because I like to keep that clean, and then I've got all my stickers. I'm using this as like my sticker board right now.
Okay. Yeah, there's a couple extra stickers in there too. I think there's a couple extra other people's stickers I threw in there because it's a couple, you know.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Good morning, everyone.
Oh, what's Terry saying? For shits and giggles, mute Adele and then talk. Like if I mute you, just to see if the echo goes away.
It will.
It seems like Adele's mic is picking. Oh. Let me see.
How? I'm wearing headphones.
Let me try. Let me just try something real quick. What about now? No. Okay, you're just straight up muted. Let me unmute that. Was it different?
I didn't hear anything.
Oh.
I didn't hear any difference. Like I don't hear an echo.
It seems like. Oh, it seems like he said that your mic is picking up my voice through what it's hearing from your computer.
But it's not. I'm wearing headphones into my phone.
Oh, yeah, I don't know then.
I'm wearing a headset, Terry. It's a glitch through StreamYard right now that they have a little announcement as soon as you go into a stream.
Oh yeah, something did pop up on my end, but I just didn't read it.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. There's a glitch on StreamYard's part right now, and they're saying they're advising people to wear headphones. Which I always do anyway, so...
I wonder if I put on my headphones.
I wonder if I take out my headphones, it'll work. I don't know.
Maritza, my cell phone is not on as far as StreamYard or YouTube. It's on Adele's end.
Which is so weird.
Let me try something real quick.
I'll even close YouTube. I closed my YouTube. I just have StreamYard up. Has that made any difference?
What about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear. It changed something. It does sound different.
So I think there's a lag though. Or no? Does it look like a lag from when I talk to the audio?
No, it's still there.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take my
Okay,
headphones.
I'm gonna jump back down, guys. I don't want to disrupt the stream too much.
Well, I'm glad you came up.
I just wanted to say hi.
Okay. Appreciate
Hi,
it.
bye. I'll be in chat.
Hi. All right. Well, that was cool. Yeah. So, yeah, unfortunately, I don't know what's going on with that. But wondering if it happens if anybody else comes up. So, I think to test that, somebody else should come up just to see if anybody has the guts to come up here. Huh? Who's got the guts to come up here? If that even works. But cell phone is off. Awful.
Test. Check one. Check one.
Yeah. There's no echo.
I'm. Oh, wait a minute. That was my bad.
What?
Oops. I forgot to mute my YouTube.
Oh, I didn't hear an echo.
All right. Anyways, Adele, go into StreamYard settings and make sure echo cancellation is clicked. It might have gotten somehow clicked off. That's one thing you should always check. Make sure it's on. It's under audio or microphone settings.
Hello.
What's going on? How are you?
I'm good. I was just hopping up here to see if it was going to echo.
No.
So far, he sounds good.
Yeah.
That's so weird. Okay, I'm hopping off.
Okay. Have a good
day.
Well,
goodbye.
Bye.
Wow, that was quick.
That was just Maritza my wife. She's upstairs. So one of these days we'll actually get back on. She'll actually get on the camera and stream with me again, like she did before. Oh, Adele's coming back up. I got that warning again, so we'll see if it does it again.
Okay, so I have echo cancellation clicked.
Yeah.
Every time I go into StreamYard.
Oh.
So the little tag.
Wow, it's still there.
It says Chrome on Android has a bug that causes echo. Google is working to fix it. For now, please wear headphones to avoid the echo or use another browser.
Wow, that's weird. I'm using Chrome, but I'm on a desktop.
Yeah. What browser are you using?
The Google one. Google Chrome.
Yeah. That's strange. Jeez. What about now?
Yeah, it's somehow her setup echo for some reason.
Terry, you stuttered there for a second.
Well, it cut out a little bit. So I think every time you talk,
I'm gonna try a different browser. Hang on.
Oh, okay. A little troubleshooting here. Ritzy's like, I don't stream because of the setup. So Terry, did you get your fish room cleaned out or from a while ago or?
It's an ongoing process that I've been kind of ignoring.
Yeah.
Part of me, I'm going through an internal debate. Part of me says, set it all back up and breed some fish. And the other part of me says, yeah, screw that. Go out and enjoy life. I don't know what I want to do.
That's a tough one, man. I mean, I would, part of me would definitely be like, go out and enjoy life because if you're already, I mean, if you said you're putting up like a saltwater, like slowly or kind of or whatever, you still got something going on, right? As far as
Oh yeah.
so.
I actually want to take the bigger tanks and move them upstairs and maybe just get out of the basement.
Yeah.
Spent too much time down here, man. I got to go do other stuff.
See, because I mean, I don't have a basement, but I have, 3 tanks I got 2 here. And like you said a long time ago, like if you put them up there, they're going to be more like show tanks. So you're going to be, like I constantly keep them, since they're show, I don't want them looking bad. You know what I mean? Because being show, they're in your main rooms. So.
People see them. you know, you don't want people to see an algae overgrown just mess. Right. That might be great for breeding fish, but it's not very sightly. And that's why I do. I want to get my bigger tanks upstairs and turn them into something that I want people to see.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had people come in here and be like, "Holy crap, what the hell is that?" They're like our flower horn. Like people who don't have like aquariums or anything.
Sure.
Yeah. Yep. So it's pretty cool.
Right now, my biggest issue is my protein skimmer's giving me fits. It's messing up. I don't know if I over tightened a fitting and it caused the seal to break or something, but it's when I run my protein skimmer, it puts a ton of micro bubbles into my sump, and then the micro bubbles wind up into the main display, and it's pissing me off.
I know.
So I think I got to break down and buy a new protein skimmer.
I had the same thing happen to when I had my 40-gallon breeder set up for saltwater. I had a little tiny skimmer in there, and then like no matter what I did, if I put some kind of silicone, I couldn't do that because it would just like it wouldn't work right. But then I had to take everything off, and there would still have little micro bubbles. So then I took like a plastic like those plastic cereal containers that you could, like Tupperware plastic cereal, it's like So I took one of those, like I've had one from a long time ago, and I just drilled like holes in it, and the protein skimmer is small enough to be fit inside of it, so I just kind of slid up underneath, so it's off to the side, and the bubbles just kind of went to the surface instead of kind of all over the tank. So it worked great, but I mean, I know exactly what you're talking about. The micro bubbles, it is annoying.
I mean, I get it. A few should escape, but this is like massive.
Yeah.
And I honestly think it's something I did. I think I broke it somehow because I can see where they're coming from, and they're coming from where the pump for the protein skimmer goes up the tube and into the chamber.
Yeah.
Right. There's like a union fitting in there. Like a 3-piece coupling.
Let's see if this works.
I think I over tightened it and ruined it.
Wow, Terry,
I don't hear an echo.
You sound like a robot.
I don't hear an echo.
Man, why is my internet messing up?
That's because Adele fixed hers. Now yours is messing up.
Oh, did I pay my bill?
Everyone sound like crap. What the frick? I'm using Firefox.
I heard Firefox is good.
They got rid of the echo.
Yeah. I didn't get that warning when you came up. So
there's no echo now?
No, not at all.
That's so weird.
So that's good. So Firefox is.
That's really weird that it's on a...
It's caused by
a browser. A browser is causing it. That's odd. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hello, Matt.
Matt's been here. He said, picking the random number between 1 and 50. Is that for everybody? Fish Fam Link. Okay. And DJ Guppy Fish, what's going on? Lurking. Gotcha. So, Terry, have you figured, like, in your saltwater, like, what kind of, like, fish? Like, just regular, like, tangs or some kind of other thing?
In the tank I'm messing with right now, fish are secondary.
Okay.
The only fish that's in it right now is a small Royal Grandma that I got just to have something to look at.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna put some cardinal fish in it, maybe some firefish, just small, simple. It's mainly the corals are, the showcase of the tank.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay, that's right. So it's cool. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Do you have, like, the lights and all that, or is there a special light that you had to get?
Yeah, I've got the USA Current saltwater lights. They're not the best lights on the planet, don't get me wrong, but I'm not trying to keep any SPS or anything like that. All the corals in this tank will be soft corals that
Right.
aren't quite as light demanding.
Gotcha. Yeah. That's all I've ever had too in the past. But I didn't have it long enough for the corals to get big, or they were still like little pieces. So
yeah, mine are growing. That's the problem. I've only got one really good source for corals near me, which is kind of odd because I live in a pretty populated area. But unfortunately, it's like an hour and a half away and costs like $10 in tolls one way, and so I don't get out there much. My local places are just like what you're talking about. They want a fortune for just this little tiny piece, like they want $50-$60 for 2 polyps of a zoa. It's
Yep.
like, really, come on, man.
Yeah, it's like super expensive, man.
So I try to save up my money and then make a trip every so often and go out and go to a real coral store. That's all this store does is corals. They don't sell fish. They don't nothing. All they sell is corals.
Wow, that's different. I've never seen that before. Yeah, I mean, if they sell corals and can make money off that alone.
I really need to bring my camera along and film that place because I could spend hours and hours in that store.
Yeah. I'm the same way with the one that we got here that has a good amount of corals too. Once in a while, they're like, "If you need help with anything, no, I'm just looking." And they get irritated if I don't if I keep going there and not buying anything, just looking around. But I usually go in and get some prime or fish food or something.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
And you know what? If I had a brick and mortar store, I would encourage people. The only thing is like there was a real popular fish store that went out of business, and everybody went in there to look.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it, but you kind of need to encourage it to a point because you want people to come in and see and be interested because eventually they'll become a hobbyist.
True.
I got in trouble a lot when I managed the fish room of a pet store where I kept ordering all these like exotics, the things I would be interested in. And the owner of the shop finally told me, he was like, "Look, Terry, I get it." He goes, "You're bringing in some really nice stuff, but they're so expensive, most people aren't going to buy them. And I'm not running a zoo. I'm not here for people to just look at what we have. They got to buy."
Right.
That's why a tank of neon tetras is going to make that pet shop more money than a tank with a full-size flower horn in it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know what you mean.
But you know, you got to have those people coming in and looking and being curious. And if you're going to have a brick and mortar store, you're going to have those display tanks where people can ooh and ah, because then they have something to aspire to, and they're going to become customers. So it's a double-edged sword. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a local one here, Aquariums Unlimited, and they have 3 huge display tanks. One's like right in the front of the store. It's like an African cichlid tank. It looks more like a lagoon. And one in the middle of the store that has like these 3-foot long saltwater type of fish in there. And it's also like a lagoon type, all glass around it. And they have 4. Then they have one in the back. 5. Holy crap! They have one in the back that's a huge. This thing must be like 400-gallon like reef tank or something bigger. I don't know, but then they have one to the left of it that's freshwater. They got some angels and rainbows in there, and one against the wall that it used to have these giant gourami like this big, but I don't know what they did with those. Like they were massive. Now it's just like, you know, geos and stuff like that. But it's. I always tell people, man, if for some reason you ever like happen to just, you know, drive, I can't say drive by Virginia Beach because there's not really much driving by it unless you're going straight to it. You know, and if you're like, you know, in the hobby, you got to stop by that store and just look, you know, it's, you know, because
maybe I'm weird, but whenever I travel out of town and I'm going somewhere I've never been before or whatever,
yeah,
I could be driving down, not an interstate, not a highway, but, you know, kind of surface street highways, that kind of thing. Every time I pass a strip mall, man, I'm looking to see if there's a pet store in that strip mall.
Oh yeah.
And I will stop. If I see just some random pet store somewhere and I'm way out of town, I will still stop and look around.
Yeah. No,
I'm weird.
I mean, I don't think that's weird. I don't really, I mean, I think about it. I do a lot, but I bet if I were to tell Maritza, hey, like at every fish store, hey, can we, like, let's stop here and look, you know, should we like just drive?
No, I'm goofy. Even my local ones, I may not even have the intention of going to my local fish store, but if I'm driving by, I'm like, screw it, I'm here. Let's see if a customer, you know, because that happens a lot when you have a brick and mortar. Like, here, just take it, you know. So sometimes, you know, just coming in randomly, you know, the next thing you know, you look down and there's, you know, this beautiful big adult angelfish just sitting in a bucket, and you're like, all right, what do you guys want for that?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, a customer just dropped it off. And, you know, I constantly stop in.
Yeah, I like going to the other one we have local. I like going because the other one has more of the like the bigger fish that are grown. Like Aquariums Unlimited, they have big fish, but they're still small, you know.
Right.
But the other one that's in town, they have it like because people may bring them in if they're getting, you know, like surrendering them over to the store or something. So they'll have like full size Oscar, full size whatever other cichlids. And every time I go in there, you know, I go all the way to the left or all the way to the right, and they have the tanks along the wall that have like the big fish. And it's always the first place I go to see like, you know, like what's new as far as those tanks.
Right.
And
what got dropped off?
Oh yeah, like I'm waiting to put in my 150 here. I'm waiting to find I want to get 2 full size Severums. I want to find a yellow one, a gold Severum, and I want to find the, you know, like the ones with the orange with the speckles on it.
Sure.
Like I had 2 of those, and there was an accident in my tank. My FX6, the intake, the bottom intake fell off the screen, and a friend of ours was feeding the fish while we were gone and fed them on the same side where it's at. And for about 4 or 5 days, food got getting sucked up into the filter. And then we get back and we just smelled like dead fish. We walked in the house. We're like, right away, we're like, oh my God, what just died? We look at my 150 and it's like just dark brown. I was like, well, something's dead in there. And I
There,
looked.
that you brought up an interesting thing.
Yeah.
And my advice, as a person that's kept fish for a really long time, do not be afraid to take a vacation.
Right.
But do not have somebody that doesn't know fish, or just don't. Do not have somebody take care of your fish.
Yeah.
Put your lights on a timer if you have live plants, and just go on vacation. Your fish will be there when you get home. Now,
Yeah.
if you're going to be gone for a month, that might be an issue. But if you're going for a week, week and a half, 2 weeks, your fish will be fine.
Yeah.
I know it sounds cruel because we feed our fish 2, 3, 4 times a day, depending on who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds really cruel, but trust me, your fish will be fine.
Yeah.
Make sure the tanks are all topped off. You know, they're at their maximum level. Go ahead and just feed them normally before you leave, and just leave them alone. And come home, and I guarantee you, your fish will be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because people ship fish, you know, and they can be in the mail for like how long? You know what I mean? And they're alive.
Yeah, it's funny you brought that up. I was watching the Seinfeld episode on Netflix. I was just binge watching Seinfeld.
Yeah.
And it came up to that episode where they couldn't find their car in the garage, and Elaine had the 2 goldfish in the bag.
Yeah.
And Elaine's like, how long can fish live in these bags? And Seinfeld's like, I don't know, a couple hours. And I'm like, dude, they can go like a week in there.
Yeah.
If done properly.
Yeah. It's funny because like when I first got into the hobby, it's like before I knew anything, right? Years ago, it's like they make you think at the you know, like at your, I want to say mostly you're like the PetSmart or Petco's, you know, that once they put the fish in the bag with the air, it's like they make you feel like you got to get it home quick, like super quick, you know, like there's no other, don't do any other shopping, just go home, get them in there. I know that's what you want to do, you know, but like what you were saying, they're not going to die like right away.
No,
You know?
they'll be fine.
Yeah.
As long as they're bagged properly. I mean,
Yeah.
you've got to, you can kind of, I don't know. I don't want to get into the whole thing about how to bag a fish properly, but it's got to have a certain amount of headspace, you know, air as opposed to water. But yeah, I mean, they'll be fine. Yep. And even the headspace is, you know, it's just because I'm old school. I mean, there's so many people now that vacuum seal where there's no air in the bag at all.
Really?
I mean, look at Dan's Fish. Dan's Fish, he ships fish like crazy, and they don't have any air in the bag at all. So,
well, I didn't even know about that. Like about having no air at all in there. Huh. So yeah, that's why I'm looking for 2 full-grown Severums. And both in the past, when we came home that time, I looked behind some rock, and both the Severums were dead. Full-grown. Man. Yeah, I know. But the Oscars were good. We had a full-size convict still alive, but he was kind of like hurt. He was struggling, so I put him up in the smaller cichlid tank upstairs. Jack Dempsey was fine. So I got the 4 Oscars and the 1 Jack Dempsey and the 150 right now. I just want to find like those 2 Severums again. Put them in there.
You don't see too many big Severums for sale. They're so slow growing. They're not the fastest growing fish out there.
Right. They're not.
And once they do get adult size and they've got their adult colors, they look so awesome that people don't want to get rid of them.
Yeah. I have a juvenile upstairs in the other tank, a chocolate cichlid. I never had one of those before, and I can't wait till it gets bigger so I can see if it gets any colors. Which it looks like it will. You know, from from the other pictures I've seen of other ones. So that's going to go in there with. Oh, and that convict, that full size convict, which is only about like that big. I'm probably going to have to move him back down to the 150 with the Oscars because he's bullying those other smaller cichlids around that tank in there upstairs, 65 tall, and yeah, I got to get him out of there and get him back in there because he would like, I don't say bullies them, but he would chase away the Oscars even though they're not doing anything to him. Just like the whole bottom of the 150, he said he owned, like that one convict, and the Oscars never mess with them at all. So I'm probably gonna have to get him back in there again because he's bullying the other ones, like the smaller ones, too bad.
Sure.
Yeah. But
that's one of the bigger things of Central and South American cichlids is just managing aggression. And
yeah.
I always feel like every time I set up a tank like that, you're like one day away from mass destruction. All it takes is that one fish to just have a bad day, and the next thing you know, you got mass chaos.
Yep. What is your outlook as far as Jack Dempsey's, as far as how aggressive you think they are? I mean, I know it depends what you put them with. Like, let's say you had
I honestly don't think Jack Dempsey's are as aggressive as what people think they are. But again, it's just the whole Central South American cichlid thing. It all depends on environment. It all depends on if it's the first fish in the tank. If a Dempsey gets to the point where it's an adult and it thinks the entire tank is its territory, then anything you add into it's just going to be a disaster. Whereas if you have an established tank and you bring in a young Jack Dempsey and it knows that, oh, I'm here with all these other fish, it's going to tolerate a lot more than a fish that thinks, okay, this is my territory.
Mm-hmm. But the only reason I'm asking you is because the one that we've had, that I have with the 4 Oscars, even when the convict was in there and the Severums, like this Jack Dempsey was so chill. Like he is, he does not seem aggressive one bit. Like
Oscars aren't even particularly aggressive. A lot of the
just towards each other.
I think a lot of confusion gets down to people confuse predatory with aggression.
Yeah.
Just because a fish has got a big mouth and it'll eat other fish that fits in its mouth doesn't mean it's aggressive. It just means it's predatory.
Yep. Yeah, like the only time my Oscars are aggressive, actually, or whatever, is towards each other. Like they'll open their mouths and do that whole.
Right. The lick lopping. They will establish a dominance. They will establish a pecking order. But you see that in all kinds of fish. I mean, you'll even see that in guppies.
Yeah. Oh, in my 120, for some reason. Okay, so I have a whole, different tangs and like, I got a bird wrasse in there. I have littler fish in there, right? For some reason, I even have one of those firehawk, the red, like little flame hawk, firehawk, whatever they are.
Mm-hmm.
And I have 2 clowns. One's like the orange and white, and one's the black and white stripe. For some reason, I don't know why, whenever I feed them, the clown, the black and white clownfish, every time that firehawk comes out of the rock, he'll chase it away. Never messes with any other fish at all. He always chases that one. I don't understand what that one clownfish has with that firehawk fish.
I don't know. It's something.
It's something. It's so weird. It's like
that hawkfish gave that clownfish the evil eye, and that clownfish didn't like it.
Yep. It's like clockwork. Every time it comes out of the rock and it's feeding time, like he'll come out and get something and like the clownfish is like, halfway across the tank, he'll just go right at it and scare it away. So I don't know. Hopefully it wears off, but yeah, it's really weird. Yep. So as far as your saltwater tank, for your reef tank, are you using are you using RO or tap, or how is that working?
I am using age tap to top off. That's
Okay.
probably not ideal, but
I mean, I figure as long as it's established. Like, to me, lately I've been topping it off with tap water.
the reason I am using tap water is because most of the corals I'm keeping kind of prefer a little bit of nitrates and what some reefers would call a dirtier tank. I really like all the different types of mushrooms and stuff like that. Yeah. Some of these corals will actually struggle in a really good, clean reef tank. You know, that's why there's a lot of species of mushrooms corals that the people that are keeping SPS can't keep them simply because there's not enough nutrients in the water to maintain them. So I'm not using RO water to top off, but I use RO water to do water changes. When I'm mixing, if I'm doing an actual water change where I'm mixing salts, and to do that, I'll use RO, but just to top off aged tap water.
Yeah, that's.
And I'll be right back.
Okay. But yeah, everybody here, we're talking about that. That's what I've been doing with my 120 salt water, topping it off with the tap. I'll still put the chlorinator in it a little bit, and then I have like a 5-gallon container sitting there next to it when I got to top it off. Because one thing about having salt water with a sump, you don't realize how fast water evaporates until you have a sump. Because once that water gets down to your return pump and you start sucking that air in, and it goes to the return line into your tank, and you hear that, then you realize how fast water evaporates. So.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, I'll just talk to him. Well, you don't realize how fast water evaporates till you have a sump.
My this oh god dang it, excuse me. Hold on a minute. Okay, I feel better. This particular tank is just a standard 4-foot long, 55-gallon tank.
Yeah.
With a sump that's approximately 20 gallons. But it's got the top tower. It's kind of like an old school sump, like the Marineland sumps, where the water trickles in through a tower and then goes into the main part of the sump where you can have all your other stuff.
Okay.
I was running a protein skimmer, but I think I broke it. So I got to get a new one of those. But I also run a carbon reactor that I also mix in GFO to help it, because my water does kind of have high phosphates and I want to keep them within reason. So I add GFO to the carbon, and it works. It's just building a reef tank to be like an honest to God showstopper takes years and a shit ton of money. Corals are not cheap.
No, not at all. They're cool,
and they don't grow real fast unless you've got like green star polyps or pulsating xenia or something like that. Most of your corals, they grow pretty slow.
Yeah. What's the stuff that grows that's unintentional, and it just kind of grows around rock, and it grows around into the sand substrate, and it has little things that bloom, and whenever something disturbs it, goes real quick into the. Is that?
Are you talking about like Aiptasia?
Okay, that's what I'm talking about, I guess.
Yeah, it's an anemone.
Okay, yeah, I got that in my tank in certain places, but it's
I've
not
had it.
like messing it up or anything.
I've had it in other tanks, and inevitably this tank will get some eventually. But I've been very, very, very careful in inspecting my corals before they go into the display tank. To the point where I've got a little 10-gallon saltwater tank with just a pump in it.
Yep.
And I'll let the coral bloom for a couple days, and I'll inspect the rock that's on it. I'm really anal about. I really don't want to introduce something into this tank because I'm past the point of no return, man.
Yeah.
You know, if I get a nuisance snail, because that was my biggest problem is I got a snail that would actually eat zoanthids in one of my older tanks, and oh my god, it wiped out the whole fucking tank. The population exploded, and oh god, it was horrible.
Oh man.
And after that experience, I'm so anal. That's why there's not a drop of live rock in this tank anywhere. I know back in the day, 20, 30 years ago, live rock was all the craze. But you've got so much opportunity to introduce something that you don't want. Like there's no bristle. I might have brittle stars in my tank, but I don't have that I know of. I don't have any brittle or bristle worms or whatever you want to call them. I don't have any of those. And as of right now, I see no signs of aptasia.
Okay.
And if I ever do, it will be dealt with really quick.
Yeah. Now, you're saying that strictly just because you got corals?
Well, yeah, I got a lot of money wrapped up in corals, and I don't
Okay.
I don't want a nuisance in there that's going to hurt the tank.
Okay, because like on my aspect, since I just have a Fowler tank, like I'm not like no corals. I don't care about the having some aptasia. In fact, I have in my sump when I went to clean my sump a couple weeks ago. I have like 3 brittle starfish about this big in there.
Yeah,
and I was like, all right, good. So they're still there. I might put them back in the tank. They work their way down into the sump, eventually. But
brittle stars don't really do any harm.
No, I mean
they kind of just they find a hole in a rock and they exist.
They're just cool. I mean, like whenever I had my 40 breeder upstairs, which is live rock and some smaller fish. One of the live rock I got, there must have been like 100 looking like baby, like they're white. They were white, like this big, like brittle starfish. And like a lot of them on the rock.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. They're not brittle stars. They're, oh God, what are those little starfish? And their population can explode.
I know what you're talking about. Like I have some of those in the 120. Like they can have all the different.
The white ones with the short, like 5 legs.
Well, for those, yes, I do have some of those in my 120. But when I had my 40 gallon, they had the really skinny legs, like they would move like little serpents, like little. Like,
yeah, that sounds like a brittle star.
Yeah, I had a whole bunch of those on upstairs. But when I went to move, I combined it all, like the 2 tanks into the 120, and I don't think any of those like made it. But I still have like 3 ones that are like this big. They started getting like the color and like the stripes in the legs, sort of, the arms, whatever. So when I first saw those, I was like, oh my God, what's going on? Like, I didn't know if that was a good or a bad thing. And then Gina on her stream said, no, they're fine. Like the brittle ones they're not going to hurt anything.
No, they don't. Brittle stars are fine. They're not even a nuisance, really. Yeah. Half the time you won't even see them. You can have 100 of them in a tank and you won't even know they're there.
Yeah, as soon as you turn on it, like you got to flip the light on from darkness just to see like
right.
They're on, and then they just slowly like squirm their way down somewhere else. Yeah.
And they don't hurt corals.
Okay.
They're fine.
Yeah. I'm almost tempted today to go down and look at see if they got any Severums over at that store today. Put in my 150.
Any trip to the local fish shop is not a waste of time.
I know. I got thinking about that earlier. Now I want to go down there and take a look and see what they got. You know. So,
Blizzle, what's going on, man?
What's up, B-Wizzle?
Estrina stars, yes, Skull, the little white ones.
I just thought, yeah, the ones that have all the random number
the
of like
short little stubby legs.
Stubby yeah, I got some of those in my 120.
I had a population explosion of those things back in the day. Oh my God, they got everywhere.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I gotta watch it on mine. I still like, you know, hopefully it doesn't happen, but I've never had a bristle. Is it bristle worm?
I did. Oh my God, I bought a piece of live rock from a Petco, which that was probably my mistake for doing that. And that thing had to have been loaded with them, because within like 6 months, I turned the lights on one day and I was like, oh my God, some of these things were like a foot long. I was like, oh my God.
What? Holy crap.
Yeah. Dude, they were everywhere.
Dang. Yeah, I've never seen one in person before. But I heard you don't want to touch them, right?
No, they can hurt. Some of them, not all, but there are some species that can kind of hurt you.
Oof, man. So those are probably like one of the biggest nuisance to find on live rock if you get it. As a hitchhiker, right?
Right.
Yeah.
They don't particularly do any real damage, unless they get really, really big. But I just didn't like them. Just the fact that I knew they were there, I ended up tearing the whole tank down and starting over.
So there's no like saltwater fish like that would eat those?
None that I know of.
Oh. That's a shame. Yeah. I think I'm going to go down to that store and see if there's anything new for my 150. My Oscars are looking kind of lonely in there. That's just a reason for me to get something, though. Just to make a trip down there.
Sure.
Yeah. But, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to go do. But I'm going to...
I've got to go at 4:00. I got to go look at a German Shepherd that needs to be rehomed.
Oh, yeah?
And if it's sociable enough and we get along, I might be taking it home today.
Oh, wow, that's cool. Yeah. Did you have a German Shepherd right now, right?
She passed away a few months back.
Oh man, sorry to hear that.
She had acute liver failure.
Yeah.
And we don't know why. They did offer, to do an autopsy and blood testing and everything, and it would have been really expensive. And at the end of the day, my dog is still dead, so I just told them don't bother.
Yeah.
It was weird, man. She went from perfectly fine to, the jaundice, the yellow in the eyes. She swelled up like a balloon. I never seen a dog gain that much body mass.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was kind of horrible too. Anyways, next subject. Okay. She passed away.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, hopefully it works out for you with this German Shepherd.
Well, see, that's just it though. I've been told she's a year old, and German Shepherds imprint on their owners pretty heavily.
Yeah.
And if she's not socialized or extremely apprehensive to go with a stranger, then I'm probably going to pass, because I don't want a depressed dog. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Gotcha. All right. Well, think I'm gonna take off here and go down there and see what they got. Anything for my 150?
Well, hopefully there's an adult Sebrum there.
I know, and hopefully it's not overpriced. Like, because I've seen the store charge one for. See, I bought one there. The orange one I bought a while back. It was like, it was this big, and it was like, they wanted $50 for it. Which, okay, I mean, but then I went back there and saw one like this is like a couple years later, one this big, and they wanted like $300. I'm like, yeah, you're damn mind.
What? $300 for a Sebrum?
Yep. I was like, man. Yeah, so
there ain't no way I'd ever pay.
No,
I don't know for a Sebrum. I don't think I'd pay over.
It was for the two that were in there. My bad, but it's still 150 for like.
No, that's still
still expensive, But then that one time, the one I brought home like a couple years ago, it was like this big, and it was like $50, Which I was like, okay, I mean, that's, I guess for a pet store, that's reasonable for trying to sell it $50, like the whole.
Well, the reason pet stores, especially if it's a fish that somebody brought in, what people don't realize is that you're basically buying the rent on that fish. When a pet shop takes a big fish, that means it's got to be in a bigger tank. You can't have a lot of fish in that big tank. It's taking up floor space, and it doesn't sell right away. So they literally have to charge that higher price for that bigger fish simply because it's occupying space that 10-gallon tank with the neon tetras in it is constantly being overturned and constantly making that store money. Whereas that 150-gallon show tank that's got those show fish in it, they don't sell every day. They might sell one a week or something. So honestly, it's more of you're paying the rent on that fish is what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because all those small tanks, all those 10-gallon tanks at the pet store with all those tetras and barbs and guppies and God only knows what, those things are constantly turning over. They're constantly getting sold. They're constantly getting new in. That's making that shop its bread and butter. Whereas that large showfish will sit there and you'll have a ton of people look at it and go, isn't that cool? But they don't necessarily sell really quick.
Yeah.
Whereas you can take a 20-gallon and put 15 Sebrums in it as babies, and that shop's going to make a lot more money quicker.
Mm-hmm.
But then you got to take the time to grow it out. You can't put a small Sebrum in with adult Oscars. You're going to have issues. So you got to have them in a separate grow out till they get big enough. And yeah, it's a big pain.
Yeah. But all right, man. Well, I appreciate you coming up here.
Hey, it was nice talking to you again, man. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has. But I'm up here, I'm up here.
Well, I'm usually out. Usually when you come on during the day, I'm usually doing something. And I'm kind of recovering today. I went out last night and saw a band with a couple friends. And
oh, nice.
Yeah, we stayed up kind of late. And,
that's cool.
Hey, I'm dragging ass.
Do you have Discord or anything?
No. I tried Discord, and with all the notifications I was getting, and I was like, God, this reminds me of AOL 2.0. I just gave up on it.
Yeah. So no, I was asking because I put a picture up there of like the group that me and my wife play with. Like we had a show yesterday, and it was fun. So
what do you mean by show?
Like a band, like we played over at a.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, over at a local place here, about 4 or 5 miles away, and we got another one mid next month. So, yeah, it's fun. That's my other hobby. So I got a couple of them.
I kind of forgot you do. you do play.
Yeah.
The band I saw last night, I wasn't impressed with. If you were over the age of 50 and at a wedding, they might have been a good band, but I don't know. Not at a bar.
Oh yeah.
I don't think they played anything newer than maybe the 90s. Maybe.
So was it like, okay, yeah, I got you. Yeah. Well, yeah.
It's not always the band, it's the people you're with. I still had a good time.
That's cool. Yeah.
All right, man. I'm not going to hold you up. I'm going to get out of here. You have a good day. Everybody in chat, keep your fingers wet. Have a good one, man.
All right, Terry.
I'm out.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Later. All right, everybody. Oh man. Yep, you heard me. What I plan on, what I want to go check out. Thank you guys for coming up here today. Terry, thanks for coming up. Adele, if you're still here, thanks for coming up. And I will see you guys in chat. All right. So, B-Wizzle, that was a good focus on that you did with Rico. And Tommy, I still didn't forget. We got to get together again on the stream and just talk about some cool stuff. You know, it was fun the other day. And yeah, man, I'll see you guys later on. Okay. I'll keep you all updated if I get anything for my 150. All right. See you guys later.